Hey out there, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kate and I'm glad you're here. So today's practice is going to be a moon salutation or a moon flow, Chandra Namaskar. We generally practice in a vinyasa flow, a Surya Namaskar, which is a sun salutation, which I'm sure you've heard of a million times, and perhaps you've also heard of the moon salutations. Today I'm going to walk you through a variation of that. Bonus round, there's not a single chaturanga in sight, not even one. Hopefully you didn't just shut off the video. If you're still here, grab a couple of blocks, you may want them, find a quiet spot, roll out your mat, and let's get moving. All right, so from here, we're gonna come into child's pose right away. You can keep your knees closer together, you can bring them wide, whatever feels good to you. Slide your hips back to your heels, walk your hands out. Maybe you wanna stack your fists or grab one of your blocks and place it under your forehead. I'm just gonna take a couple of breaths here. Soften the weight of your hips back to your heels. Soften the weight of your forehead down into your hands or down into the floor. Feel the muscles in your shoulders relax, and if there's any tension through your neck, maybe you can soften that too. And find some time here just to breathe. To put aside the work that you have done already today or the things you've yet to do, and just give yourself permission to be here fully and completely with the rhythm of your breath, the sensations in your body, and this practice, and what you need from it today. And on your inhale, you're going to walk your hands forward if they're not there already. Pop onto your fingertips. Let your chest soften down and maybe let your chest sway a little bit side to side. That's it. And then from here, you're just going to walk your hands over to the right. Press that left hand a little deeper down. Feel your sitting bones pull back, especially through that left side. And walk yourself through center and take it over to the other side. Same thing here, but now the right hand's gonna firm down. Feel your right sitting bone pull back. Inhale, walk it through center. Come on up into table. Slide your knees back underneath your hips and roll through a couple of rounds of cat and cow. That's it. Couple more here. One more inhale. Feel your chest stretch forward. Your tailbone gently lift. When the exhale comes, curl it in, chin to chest. Tailbone lengthens toward your knees there. And then come back to neutral and just start to work some circles in one direction. They don't have to be big, but they can be if you want them to be. And then in the other direction. That's it. Beautiful. Then come back into your table. Walk your hands forward, spread your fingers, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, and give yourself a moment here just to pedal it out. Shake out any tension in your neck. You can bend one knee, press the opposite heel down. Beautiful. Take your right foot, step it forward just a tiny bit, just like an inch or two. Spin your toes open, root that right heel down to the outer edge of your right foot, glue into the floor. Send your sitting bones up and back, but bend that left knee.
And you can let that left hip start to sink down too. Feel the outer right hip pull up and back. And then we switch, right? Step the right foot back into place. Left foot's going to step forward just a hair. Spin your toes out. Push to the outer edge of that foot. Soften your right knee. Even as your hands press forward and down into the mat, feel those hips slide back. And you can start to drop your right hip gently. So we get a stretch in the outer edge of that left leg. Outer hip, IT band, maybe even the outer edge of your calf there. And then back through your down dog. When you exhale, drop your knees to the mat for a moment. Take your spine nice and long and your gaze over your right shoulder. Feel your outer right hip wrap around like you could touch your hip to your nose. And bring it back through the middle and take it over to the other side. Beautiful. And then back through center. Take your right foot and just step it straight back behind you. Tuck your toes. Push through your heel and give a little swish. Yeah. And then right knee back underneath you. Same thing to the left side. Just work into the back of that leg a little more. Beautiful. Back through your table and then downward facing dog. I'm going to tiptoe forward nice and slow till you come to the top of the mat for Uttanasana. Feel the four corners of your feet press down. Let your kneecaps lift so those quads engage gently to bring more space to the backs of your thighs there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet. Come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Reach out. Stretch it up. When you exhale, take your right hand. You're going to drop it down to the outer edge of your hip there. Take a lean to the right side. Inhale up through center. When you exhale, take it over to the left. Inhale up through center. Exhale and fold. Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Find some length. And we're going to come at it like we normally do in a flow, right? Going to step it back. Downward facing dog. Now take your left foot, sweep it up and kick it back behind you. And when you exhale, you're going to step your left foot up between your thumbs. And then walk your hands over to the right. Spin your toes open. So we end up in a wide leg fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And soften your knees and just let yourself sway gently side to side. Moon flow is supposed to be a little softer, right? That's it. Come through center, pull your heels in toward each other, bend your knees, sink your hips. Goddess pose, and you can bring your hands to your hips, you can bring your hands to prayer, whatever works for you here. That's it. Soften through your shoulders, press into your feet. When you inhale, you're going to straighten your legs, stretch your arms up. From here, we're going to come into Trikonasana. So spin those left toes open, bop your right heel out. So from here, we find some length, stretch out and over, triangle pose. Feel the sides of your body lengthen. And it's early, right? So you can take this, a little bit at a time. You don't have to have your hand on the floor. You can grab a block or hand to your shin. Feel your side body pull in here. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to windmill this right hand down to the floor. Frame your front foot. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Here we go. And this is where the blocks can be your friend. Scissor through your inner thighs. Work to square off those hips. You're going to bend that left knee, drop your right knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Come into an Anjaneyasana, soften through your shoulders. Feel that low belly lift. And then both hands to the floor to the inside of your left foot. We're going to come to Skandasana. So left knee stays bent. Spin and pause here. Fingertips walk out as your hips pull back. Feel your sitting bones drop back behind you. And then walk it through center, coming back into our wide leg fold. Pause here. And now bend that right knee. Skandasana to the right side. Sink it down. Beautiful. And now from here, we're going to come into our Anjaneyasana. Ready? So spin it toward the back of the mat. Drop that left knee. Reach your arms up. Woo! We're riding the waves here. Feel that low belly lift. Sides of your body nice and long. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Frame that front foot. Press the floor away. Work to straighten both legs as you pull your hips back. Scissor through your inner thighs. This is where 4 blocks come in handy. I didn't even think of that. We should have 2 blocks at the back of the mat, 2 blocks at the front. We can survive here. Beautiful. One more breath. And now we're going to come to Trikonasana to this right leg. Drop your left heel. Right hand can come to your shin. And slow and steady as you lengthen your spine, take that left arm and glide it up. Yeah. Nice deep breath. Press into your feet. Come all the way up. Star pose. So we stay here. Toes out, heels in, reach it up, and then goddess. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Yes. Beautiful. Hands to the floor. Bop those heels out. Come back through your wide leg fold and pause. Walk your hands back toward that left foot. Spin it around. Step it back. Downward facing dog. And take a breath. That was one side. Yes. All right. Inhale, take your right leg, sweep it up. Exhale, step it forward. Same thing. Now we're going to spin to the left, right? Walk your hands through center. Big old wide fold here. Pull those heels in, bend your knees, sink your hips. Pardon my backside. We come into goddess pose here. Hands to prayer, arms can stretch up. Inner thighs stay open, right? Woo! Straighten your legs, inhale. And now we're gonna go Trikonasana to this right foot. Come out and reach it over. Nice long spine. Inhale. When you exhale, we windmill. Frame that front foot again, Parsva. Spin your back heel open. Back heel doesn't have to hit the floor here. We're in kind of a longer stance. Blocks if you want them. Soften through your shoulders. And then both knees bend. The left knee hits the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Anjaneyasana. Full breath. Skandasana, hands to the inside of this right foot. Keep that right knee bent. And now we're here. You can take your hands, walk them forward. Feel those hips slide back. Hands underneath your shoulders. Come on up through center. Prasarita and fold. Gorgeous. Bend your left knee. Skandasana to the back edge of the mat. Anjaneyasana to that left foot, right? Spin it around. Drop your right knee. Inhale, sweep it up. Plug those legs in. You can sink your hips maybe a little more. Hands to the mat. Here we go. Straighten both legs. Press the floor away. Super long pyramid here. Trikonasana, spin your right heel down, left hand to your shin, slowly bring it up. Reach through that top hand, come all the way up. Spin your heels in, big star pose. Take up a lot of space here, right? Super big. And then bend your knees, sink your hips, goddess. Full breath. Hands to the mat. Bop those heels out and fold. Yes. You got it. Take a breath here. Let the sides of your neck lengthen. Shake it out. And walk your hands toward that right foot. Spin your right toes open. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Pause it here. Now take your gaze forward and tiptoe to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. And let it go. Press into your feet. Come all the way up. Take your right hand down, stretch it up and reach it over. Inhale up through center. Take that left hand down, stretch it over to the left side. Oh yeah. Inhale back up through center. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog, walk it back. Okay, same approach, right? Left leg's gonna lift. We're going left foot first this time. Step your left foot forward. Walk yourself through center. Nice wide leg fold. Pause here. Pull your heels in, bend your knees, sink your hips, coming back through goddess. You could rock maybe a little bit side to side if you want. It feels good. Yes, press into your feet. Inhale, straighten your legs. Triangle to this left foot, right? Set those legs, come out and stretch it over. Yes. Half moon now. So you're gonna take your hand to your hip, shift your weight forward, hop that back foot in. You can grab the block if you want it. Take it underneath that left hand. Fire up your right inner thigh. As you push the floor away, kick through that right leg. You can take your right arm, reach it up. Gorgeous. Standing split. Windmill this right hand down. You can grab a block underneath the right hand if you want. Pause it here. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, soften your left knee. Shoulder blades in your back. We're going to come into a warrior three here. Yes. Crescent lunge. Sweep it up. Full breath. Take that right hand to the mat. Sweep your left arm up. Find a twist. Keep that right thigh lifted even as you sink through that left hip. And then left side skandasana. Left hand comes down. Shift yourself around. Maybe this time we play with some balance. Yeah. Here we go. Come through center and folds. Bring your hands underneath you. Hop your feet in, toes out, heels in. Come into a squat here, Malasana. You can hang right here. If you want to play with a little bit of crow, you can place those hands about shoulder distance, right? Elbows hug in. Maybe one foot comes up. Maybe the other one comes up. We're going to land back in Malasana. Sink it down, lift your chest. Yeah, hands to the mat. Walk those feet wide. Skandasana to this back foot. Bend your right knee. And maybe play with some balance right here. Maybe, yeah, maybe not. Oh, we're gonna go for our revolved lunge, right? So left hand comes down to the floor, lift your hips, spin it around, sweep your right arm up. Yes, crescent lunge, press the floor away, come all the way up. Beautiful, hands come to prayer, shoulder blades in, tilt your torso forward, shift and lift it up, warrior three. Fingertips to the floor, half moon on this right side. So here we go. Press the floor away, slow and steady. Open it up, feel that left hip stack, feel that left arm reach. Trikonasana, slow, steady step to the back edge of that mat. Beautiful. Yes, press into the floor, come all the way up. Star pose, reach. Hands come down, find your goddess. Beautiful, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Fold it in, wide leg, Prasarita. Walk your hands back toward that left foot. Spin your toes open. Step it back again, downward facing dog. Pause right here. Yeah. All right, take your right leg, lift it up, stretch it back behind you. Gonna step it up between those thumbs. Walk your hands through center and folds. Ah, hello. Yes, pull those heels in, bend your knees, sink your hips. Goddess, sweep it up. Beautiful, straighten your legs. Trikonasana to that right leg. Lengthen out and over. Feel the sides of your body hug in, right? Stay as long as you can through your torso. All right, half moon. Shift it forward. You can find a block underneath that right hand. As you push into that right foot, fire up your inner left thigh. Flex your foot, spread your toes. Yes. Windmill it down. We're gonna come into our standing split here. Square off those hips. Keep rooting through that right foot, but you're gonna soften your right knee. Maybe kick some weight back so you come toward that heel a little bit. Shoulder blades in. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. Wibble wobble all you want. It's all good. Woo! Inhale. Exhale. Take that left hand to the floor. Sweep your right arm up. Find your twist. Oh. Beautiful. Skandasana to this right leg. Ready? Bring it in. Play with the balance here. Take your hands down to the floor. Slide yourself through center. Pause. And then hands underneath you. You can hop the feet in. Toes out, heels in. Find your malasana. And you can hang right here in your malasana, right? You can stay. Feel your chest lift. Work those hips. If you want to come into crow, you can lift your booty. Hands to the mat. Shift your weight forward toward your fingertips. Keep your gaze forward. Oop, plop it down. Here we go. Hands to the mat, step it wide. Walk over to that left foot, Skandasana. Feel your chest lift. Strong through this right leg. Hands come to prayer. Yeah, take your right hand down toward your left foot. You're gonna lift it up, spin it all the way around so your left arm can reach. My favorite transition of the day, crescent lunge. Sweep that left arm down and forward and up. Feels super elegant. Strong legs here. Feel your shoulders soften. Hands come to prayer. Tilt your torso forward. We're going for that warrior 3. You can keep the left knee bent. Hop it in. And then press into the floor. Float that right leg up. Feel that inner right thigh roll toward the ceiling. Fingertips to the floor now. Standing split. Left hand stays right where it is. Start to shift your hips open. Stack that right hip up on top of the left. And then when you feel ready, you can take this right hand, graze it across your chest. Take it all the way up. Half moon. And then slowly step it back. Come into your triangle pose. All the while, feel your core engaged, right? All this action. Gotta keep working from your middle there. Inhale, come all the way up. Toes out, heels in. Star pose. Yes. And then bend your knees, sink your hips. Bring your hands down to the floor. One more wide leg fold. Okay, that's not our last one, but it's okay. And then walk back toward that right foot. Spin it around. Step it back. Down dog. Oh, take a moment to lower your knees to the mat. Take your hips back to your heels. Find a child's pose. Arms out, arms alongside your body, palms stacked. One more little flow. Come on up. Down dog. Okay, just one. So everything else we've done 2 sides. This one we're just gonna do one, but we'll get both sides. So you're gonna take your left foot, step it forward, just like we normally have done. Walk yourself through your wide fold. And then hop your feet in, come into your malasana. Just like before. Yeah, except this time you're gonna take your butt to the floor. Pull your knees in, give them a hug. And then find a little boat pose. Beautiful. And then take your feet down. We're gonna go wide with the legs. Upavista. You can take a blanket, slide it underneath your sitting bones if you want. Otherwise, you can just gonna take your hands behind you, lift up, and shift your sitting bones back. Blip. All right, from here we lengthen up and just fold. Keep those legs active, right? So thighs engaged, heels stretch away. Beautiful. One more breath here. Nice long spine as you go, right? And then walk your hands back underneath you. We're gonna go pigeon to this left leg, right? So slide your left knee in a little, swing yourself around. You may need to adjust, it's okay. Check that back leg, everything's good back there. Inhale, find some length here. Exhale, fold it forward. Oh, just hang it here. Can relax your shoulders, any tension in your neck, your jaw. One more breath here. Slide your hands underneath you. Come on up. You're going to drop onto that outer left hip. Take your right leg, swing it around for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Step it to the outside of that left leg. If your right sitting bone can't fully commit to the floor, you can extend your left leg. Totally fine here. To that right sitting bone root, that right foot root, and now we're going to wrap the left arm around. Sit up nice and tall and find your twist. Low back's going to draw in and up. Inhale it through center. Now we're going to take this right leg and kick it toward that back corner. So ready, swing it up just where it came from, back through center. This time the legs are goofy wonky. That's okay. You're going to lengthen up and take your fold forward. And sweep that right arm to the inner edge of your thigh there and take your left arm, stretch it up and over. Oh, feel that left side sitting bone root into the floor. Beautiful. And then back up through center. Soles of the feet come together. Baddha Konasana. Press them in, lengthen up, and take it out and over again. Beautiful. Hands come back underneath you. Take this left leg and you're going to stretch it out to the sides. We've got this right leg in a half kind of super wide Janu Shirshasana. Slide your left arm to the inner edge of the thigh or to the top of the thigh. Sweep your right arm up and stretch it over. Feel your right shoulder roll open. That right side sitting bone root down. Inhale. When you exhale, you're going to bring the hands down through center, lengthen your spine, and fold it to the middle. Round it as you come up, hands underneath. Take this left foot, Ardha Matsyendrasana, to this back edge, right? You're gonna step it around, swivel to the back edge of the mat, lengthen up, feel the crown of your head stretch up, wrap that right arm around. As you exhale, take your left hand behind you and work into that twist. Again, you can always straighten your right leg out in front if you can't get this left sitting bone rooted. Beautiful, back through center. And now we're gonna go pigeon to this right side. Sweep your left leg back behind you. You can bring your hands underneath you, lift yourself up, shift around as much as you need to. Lengthen here, and maybe this is helpful to have a blanket if you need one underneath your right side. When you want to, if you want to, you're gonna walk yourself out and over. Yes, a couple more breaths right here as you soften through your shoulders, through your cheeks and your jaw. Slide your hands underneath you. Come on up. You're gonna roll to this outer right hip. Stretch both legs out. Yep. Keep your chest lifted here. Grab the hands behind your knees, pull your feet in. Find a boat pose. Ooh. And come into your malasana. Heels down. Lift it up. Hands to the mat, step it wide. You're gonna walk back toward that left foot. Spin your left toes open. Step your right foot to meet the left. And then drop yourself all the way down to the floor. Roll onto your back. And pause right here, knees into your chest. And just roll some circles. And then take them in the other direction. You got it. You can take your arms out to the sides. Drop your knees over to the right. Okay, bring it up through the middle here and drop it over to the left. Let your right shoulder sink into the floor. You can even spin your gaze to the right if you haven't gone there already. Bring yourself back up through center. Hug your knees in one more time. And stretch those legs out. Take a few moments here just to rest. To feel your arms drop out to the sides, to feel your legs drop out to the sides, and breathe. Let your breath deepen. Feel the weight of your body relax into the floor.
And when your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath. And let your next breath be even deeper. And start to move your fingers and wiggle your toes. Of course, if you have time to stay here, you can stay here longer. Just mute me. When you're ready for it, you're going to draw your knees in. Roll to one side. Press into the strength of your arms. Come on up. Make your way into a comfortable seat. When you get there, if your eyes have come open, let them slide close again. Your shoulders relax and the crown of your head stretch up. Bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra, or your hands to your heart, or they can stay in your lap, whatever works. Gently bow your head and honor your time on the mat today, your body and your breath. And I do hope you enjoyed this little variation on moon salutation. Our Chandra Namaskar, a softer practice with no chaturangas. If you did like it, drop me a comment below, let me know. If you didn't, that's okay. Share with a friend, it's always subscribe would be awesome. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Make it a great day.